The only peace I find is a future that never happened. One where I, Paul Atreides, was never born. I created the future until it created me. But I see a narrow way, a path that might have been. What if my mother had obeyed her orders and given birth to a girl? Everything would change. Dr. Yue exposed before his betrayal. A world where my father lives. House Atreides surviving the Battle of Arrakeen. Sardaukar deployed to protect the spice melange. A war of assassins spreading across the planet. Fremen exterminated. No Muad'Dib. No Lisan al-Gaib. No Kwisatz Haderach. All of my visions lead to horror. Except for this one. This one leads to you.
Hey everybody, today we're checking out Dune Awakening. They recently released a character creator that you can download to check out their character creation screen, and you can also run a benchmark to see how your hardware performs. So I'm going to be going through all of the character creation options, and I will put them in the description so you can jump around to chapter markers if you're more interested in one thing or the other. Then afterwards, I'll run the full benchmark. All right, so we start off here, and again, I'm going to be going through all these options, so jump around to them chapter markers if you need to. Okay, so we've got some presets here first, and we can use the Z and the C keys or click the buttons here. So of course we got this one here, and let's just jump around and see what the presets look like. So we got this female here, long hair, ponytail. This gentleman here with some tattoos on his bald head. Got this female here. This gentleman here. And this lady here. Now you can also toggle the attire, which will be more important when we get into shaping the body and tattoos and whatnot. This character here. And you can zoom in quite a bit too if you want to take a closer look at some of these presets or options as we go. So there you go. Yeah, I think so far in the presets, at least, the male and female options are pretty attractive. You know, you can make something that you like if it's very attractive, or you can go with a little bit older character. When we go through the options, you'll see some more of that. But yeah, here's another preset here. And a nice funky sci-fi haircut there. This gentleman here, he's got some face tattoos going on there and a funky mullet haircut. And yeah, some bright blue eyes, red hair. And yeah, there we go. Now you're starting to look a little sickly. And yeah, Harsh Harkonnen probably here. Lots of fun options here, and the presets are a good jumping off point here, especially if one of these appeals to you. Now that's an interesting tattoo. And kind of a scary looking female there with the yellow eyes, and it's like the whites of her eyes are actually black there. Get in really close and check that out. That's pretty cool. Now we're going to start off with the body here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to toggle the attire so we can take a look and see what's going on. So for the body, we've got height, so I'll just zoom out here. And you never really know until you're standing next to another character. But if you say that that's, you know, his height there, that's quite a big jump if you go from the tallest to the smallest. I would say that that's probably almost a foot But yeah, good options there. I never like my characters too tall because they seem to take up too much space on screen in third-person games when you're running around. Kind of maybe one click above or one click under, actually. Unless you're going for a character that you just feel wants to be short. I feel like the smaller your character, it's usually the better for just visibility in third-person games. Okay, arm thickness. Let's get in here and let's see. One of the things I want to point out is that the shoulders look unnaturally round and jutting out. It looks okay when they have the clothes on, so maybe that's why they did it, but it doesn't quite look natural there with the shirt off, the shoulders anyways. Okay, so arm thickness. There you go. You got skinny arms if you want, male or female, and bigger arms. Now you can't go crazy, obviously, which is a little sad. Even in the recent Denis Villeneuve movies, some of the characters had much bigger arms than that, in my opinion. But we'll go a little bit bigger. And leg thickness. Okay, I got to zoom out for this one because I can't zoom in and then pull down to his legs. So give it a little bit of a side profile here so you can see you get skinny legs or you get really thick legs. And you can see what it does to the butt back there, the bosom. Yeah. Somewhere probably like a click up from the middle, at least for the male character. I have to see what it looks like on the female character just to make it look like he's not chicken legs. But, maybe you like the chicken leg look. Okay, we're going to come back in here, and we got the neck length. Let's see, that's probably a good zoom level. So yeah, short neck and long neck. Yeah, I mean, maybe a little too long for me, but I do like a longer neck. I like to go maybe a click or two above. It just depends on the character you're trying to make. Chest size. Okay, so we got to kind of turn sideways because you can't really see it from the front. But yeah, there we go. But yeah, that's what it looks like from the front. And then the side, you can really get your chest to protrude. I mean, not too much, but yeah, there you go. And with clothes on, you can see it too. He's moving around here a little too much. Oh, I messed with the neck length there. Okay, so chest shrinking down there or chest growing out. So it just really depends on what you want there. It seems like in this game, it's not like Ark or some other games where you can just really make your character look, very almost cartoonish in its stature. In this game, it pretty much keeps everyone sort of similar in body size. I didn't see an option for weight anywhere, so you can't really be obese. Or even if you just want to have a little extra weight on you for surviving out there in the desert, some fatty tissue to draw on, when food is short. But now everybody here is very fit. Skin tone. Yep, we got a variety of skin tones from just really pale, like myself, a ginger color, and then we'll just click through these here so that you can see what each one of them is. Just slightly more tan throughout and darker skin. I was always jealous of people with a darker skin tone because of the sunburn that I get terribly. Anywhere from dark to medium tones, I was always jealous because those of us with this light skin, we always get sunburn. But yeah, lots of options here. And then, of course, got the sickly Harkonnen colors if you want, which, yeah, totally fit the Dune universe. I think for this character, we're just going to go right there. And then we're going to go back. We've also got now vitiligo, however you say this. This is the skin, where the melanin is distributed in patches on the skin. Now you can't see it too well if you have light colored skin here. I just wanted to show that real quick. But if you have a darker skin tone, you can definitely see vitiligo, however that is said. But yeah, so clicking through, as you zoom in, you see a little bit of it on the face there. And you got it going on in the back there too. So just getting more and more. I'll put it somewhere in the middle, but I just wanted to show you some of this here. We'll stick it right there just for now, and then I'll show you the strength. So, if you wanted to just have it a little bit, which can be an interesting look too, especially if you want to make a little bit older character. We get some skin blemishes as we get older because of what we expose our bodies to, but yeah, you find something that you like for vitiligo. And then I'm going to go back to freckle density and show you this here. So I'm going to go with the lighter skin tone for that. Maybe there. Get rid of my vitiligo. Come to freckle density. And you can see here on the face, they start to come in. So if I go all the way over, you can really see it there. And it doesn't really seem to cover too much of the body. Usually when you have freckles, arms, shoulders, oftentimes the legs, because the parts of the body that we expose to the sun get freckling, but they've only chose to give freckling for the face here, and which is okay. I mean, because you're probably mostly wearing clothes, but arms here, I would have liked to see the freckling added to the parts of the body as well, but we don't get that. But we'll leave him with a few freckles. And then now for the voices. There aren't a lot of voices here. There's actually only 6, and they start low and they get high. And all you really hear is like grunting to get an idea. So listen in. Here we go. We'll go through them. Now, it just sounds like starting at 1, it's a little deeper, and then as it goes to 6, it gets a little bit higher, maybe a little more feminine, a little more masculine, depending on which one you like for your character. And yeah, that is the body settings. So we're going to jump on over to the next, which is the head. Now, you could choose your head type, but really just think of that as something as a starting place for your character, because you can really come in here, choose your head details, eye details, nose details, mouth details, all these different things. You can really tweak this, but let's go through and just take a look at the head types. A little bit wider, a bit narrower features, just everything tweaking ever so slightly. And again, I just use this as a template to start off. If you like one of these face type templates, then you can go in and tweak it. And for me, I kind of liked this one. It's a good starting point for where I wanted to take it. Head details. Okay, lots of head details in here. So you can really tweak, fine tune this. So jaw width, and then all the way. So you can see the jawline back here on the sides here changes with that. We'll just do something there. Jaw height. You can see that kind of lowers or raises your jaw. We'll just keep it in the middle. Jaw depth. Now kind of hard to see there, so let's turn to the side and see if we see what's going on. There you go. So it either sticks that chin out more. I might have called that chin depth rather than jaw, but I mean, I guess it's also part of your jaw, depending. Always wanted a jaw or chin that stuck out a little bit more myself, but I'm a little bit more like that with my chin in. But just leave that in the center there. Chin width, we got to come back here, and there you go, little pointy chin or a much broader chin. So you choose yours. Chin length. Okay, I think we'll turn here to the side. And just popping down there. Now, again, I always wanted myself a little bit longer chin, but I got that really short chin. Not that I'm trying to make a character that looks like me, but I am a little bit. See how close I can get here, roughly. And then cheek fullness. So probably got to be pretty straight on to see cheek fullness. There you go. So you kind of got the hollow cheeks, or, you know, a little bit more full cheeks, depending. Usually if you have a little bit more body fat, usually your cheeks fill in a little bit. And a little bit less body fat, you probably have more hollow cheeks. But whatever you like there. And then cheekbone height. Let's check this one out here. Yep. Up and down. Not sure which one I like there. You know, one of the things to point out is there's no randomizer button for these, which is odd. I hope that they do include that, but in the current character creator we have here, there is no randomizer. Cheekbone height and cheekbone depth. And you might be able to see that, especially from the side there, how that goes in and out. And I think a little bit more like that. Now, again, all these changes are very subtle. You hardly notice unless you slide it from one far end to the other. All right, and then we're going to go back from that one. So that was just the head details in the head category. We're going to look at the eye color, and I'm going to zoom in here. Now, one of the things I wish we had access to was eyelash length, maybe even eyelash color, because all the characters start with these little tiny eyelashes, which are unnaturally short in my opinion. But there, eye color, a little bit lighter browns, and always interesting to see a little bit of that light detail, because you can see the little speckles and stuff in the iris there. But oh, look at that, you got green on the outside, little brown on the inside there, and all green. And starting to get more vibrant greens, and then a bright, brilliant green there. Come over to here. Nice, dark, deep blue. But, when you're zoomed out, it almost looks like you have black irises. Very dark. And I'm sure depending on the lighting situation, it will look darker. So there's a little bit lighter blue, lighter still, very pale, and really pale. And yeah, especially in video games, because we, in our third person, we don't really get up close to people like we do in real life. So if you want to see the contrast, sometimes the lighter eye, has a nice look. And then, darker eyes usually look a little more sinister because it's like looks almost black. But let's come back in here. And now we got these slightly different colors, sci-fi, a little bit more unnatural colors, like red, of course. And there's your black eyes there, which is a nice option, especially if you're doing the Harkonnen or whatever. And then a pale gray. I like that look. That's a little bit creepy, a little bit mesmerizing there. And then purple. Yep. Always got to have purple. Purple's cool. Okay, so that's eye color. And, I should probably, before we get to eye details, I'm just going to leave it on that pale blue. Go to eye details and all kinds of eye options. So again, we'll get in here really close. And let's see. So you've got iris size. Always like slightly bigger irises, slightly bigger eyes overall, especially because in a video game, most of the time we see the characters like this. So, having a little bit bigger eyes is a little bit more expressive. Pupil size. It always looks a little creepy when you see somebody when their pupils are like really dilated like that, especially in the light. And then look at that. You can shrink the pupil so it's gone. Like, I don't think I've seen that in a game option. Pupils are gone, or even that tiny, tiny pupil. Oh, that's creepy looking. That's great for Dune. Great for a sci-fi game. And then let's see, eye size. So the overall eye size, and again, generally in video games, I like a little bit bigger eyes because you're mostly seeing your character from further away. But whoa, I don't know, that's super creepy. I like that. I might have to leave it like that with no pupil. Eye squint. You want really wide eyes, or you want narrower eyes. I think I'll just leave it there in the middle for this character. And then eye angle, you can have them pointing down, or you can have your eye angle up a little bit more. And I'm just going to leave it there in the middle for this character. Eye height, or way up. No, and people come in all varieties, so it just really depends on what you're looking for your character. I'm just going to leave it there in the middle. Eye width, a little bit closer together. I feel like my eyes are probably a little bit closer together in real life too. Like I'm probably like that one there. Maybe a 2, but or further apart. I'll just leave that in the middle. Eye depth. Now I got to turn it sideways so you can really see this. Pull it in or sticking out. And then again from the front, here's what it looks like. Kind of hard to see. Actually adds more shadows just because when your eyes go back, you have create those little pits for the shadows. So yeah, we'll do that. A little bit in, a little more shadow, a little more detail. And then we come back here and we still got a lot of things in the head options. So we got nose details. Now here's where I feel like you really can shape the look of a character's face is with their nose. There's so many different noses out there. And I'm going to try to make this a little bit like my nose, which is, I've always been said I have a little button nose, and it kind of comes down and goes up, and the tip is up a little bit on my nose. So nose size, little nose, bigger nose. I'm definitely a 1 in real life. I have a little nose. And then nose tip size. There you go. Just the very end of the nose there. And yeah, somewhere there probably. Okay, nose protrusion. I think you got to turn sideways for this, and then closer to your face, or a little bit more pointed out. I'm definitely something like that. Nose angle, so turned up or turned down, and you can see that even more from the side here. Turned up and turned down. I'm definitely turned up a little bit on mine, maybe somewhere there. And nose height. So let's take a look at that here. So nose down closer to the lips, or nose up higher. Probably, yeah, just right in the middle there. Nose bridge height. Let's take a look at this. All the way down. So you can really see that there. And then pull this out. There you go. And I definitely have the nose bridge that's more like this from a profile shot. I'm actually always a little bit surprised when I see myself in profile how much of my nose bridge arches in. There we go. And then we have nose bridge width. So you can see that there. Yeah. And yeah, we're going to go narrow because I'm trying to mimic my face a little bit here. You know what? Not quite sure. One of these is not looking quite right for my nose. I'm not sure which one it is. It doesn't have to be exact, right? We're just having fun showing the options. Okay, and then nostril height. So that's just the sides, very sides of the nostrils there are up or down. So, and then nostril width. So narrow, wider. I'm definitely really narrow myself. And there you go. That's all the nostril options, all the nose options. And then mouth details. So, yep, we got a lot of nose details here. So mouth size, you'd be very small, very much bigger. I say very small. The difference isn't that extreme again. We're going to go really small, trying to match my mouth. I have a very small mouth. Angle. So the sides of the lips there pointing down or pointing up. Just it looks a little more, almost like a starting to smile, a little friendlier, pointed down. Maybe a little more serious. Almost ready to be upset about something. I'm gonna go there actually. Mouth height, so a little closer to the nose or a little further away from it. Just leave it there in the middle. And mouth width, narrow, wide. Kind of like what that does to the lips here. The mouth width. It's actually shaping. You can see in the mustache there. Too bad I can't pull this up so I can show you just the mouth there. That would be a nice option again if they would let us drag the, look at close-up of different parts of the body. So if they're watching my amazing character creation video, maybe they'll make that change. But yeah, we'll go pretty narrow there for myself. And then mouth depth. I'm imagining that you need to see that from the side. So pulled in or sticking out a little bit there. So we're going to just leave it like that. Maybe bump the mouth width up a little bit. There we go. Mouth angle up a little bit. And we come back. We're still in the head options. We are not done yet because now we have skin blemishes. And our options are... There you go. Can you see that? Let's see. Does that also affect the body? No, it doesn't look like it. So this is just the face. And we'll get in here really close so you can see. It's really just the strength of the blemish. So, in the desert, running around out in the desert, especially if you're pale skin, you could definitely over time develop some blemishes. But I also like the way it adds a little bit of character to the character. Just like there's a history, been out there in the war and been in the sun. And then skid redness. Let's see. So we'll bump this up. There you go. Sunburn. Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen that in too many games. Like that is clearly somebody who has been out in the sun and been burned. Okay, I like that. I'm going to have a little bit of that too. There you go. Giving that face some character. And then skin dark circles. And that looks like it's all around the eyes only. And I do like when the eyes have some little bit of color around them. Again, just showing, that the character's worn and aged and been through some stuff. Seen some stuff out there. Okay, that's the head options. Pretty cool if you ask me. I like how much character it has now. How much history you can kind of build into this. There's something going on with this character. And one of the things I forgot to show was the age. So let me just show you how this ages a character when we click through here. So it's subtle. But did you see that? Check that out. It's adding the wrinkles and whatnot. Now with the other details that I've added here, especially the skin blemishes and the skin redness. Let me turn those down real quick so that you can see the aging. There is the freckling and then the darkness in the eyes that I have. So we'll turn those off real quick. And then we'll come up to age. And you can just see your character ages. There you go. I actually really like the age. It does add a lot of history to the character. They've been through some wars, some battles. Skin blemishes, we're going to add those back again. And a little bit of redness. Here we go. And our dark circles. Like those a lot. There you go. Got some age. Got some freckling. We got a lot going on. This character has seen some stuff. Okay, let's take a look at the hair options. Hairstyles. We've got a lot. You can go bald. That's right. You can have a little buzz cut. can have this very fancy hairstyle there. It's probably fits, just the right character. For me, I might put that on a female character. But this one, yeah, nice hairstyle. Again, I mean, that could be a dude's haircut, from one of my characters, or a female. Some of these probably good for both. It really just depends. I mean, all of them could be either male or female or whatever you feel like making. But there's the ponytail, pretty long ponytail. And what do we got here? Oh, yep, here's the mullet. I kind of like that, actually. Kind of fun. And yeah, there's our bowl haircut with a little line there, a little V line carved into the back. And a buzz cut with some hair on top. Not quite a mohawk, but might be one of the closest things to a mohawk that they have here. And there you go. That's styling there with the buzz cut on the side. And yeah, that feels like a really good for haircut for a female that I might make. And here we go. Just a little messier. There's a little ponytail. You can't quite see it there, but there's a little ponytail there in the back. Oh, there's some long hair. I like that for any character, male, female. That's a fun hairstyle. Just long and messy. And a little bit more groomed, longer hair. And what do we got over here? Oh, that's kind of neat too. That's a little similar to this, but with a little more curl in it. And yep, so not a mohawk, but a futuristic styling hairstyle there. And yeah, there you go. Business on the side, but still keeping the wavy look on top. And yeah, combed back hair there. And lots of shaved styles here, on the side. And yeah, that's a fun style too. I like that. Again, another shaved on the side style there. Center parting, this one is called. And yeah, that's a fun hairstyle too. A little bit longer center parting. Medium messy, it's called. And tight curls. So yeah, that definitely will fit a very specific character, and you'll stand out a little bit more. Some of these haircuts, you definitely stand out, from the others around, is where a lot of them might be similar to each other. Curly and in a ponytail or a little bun in the back there. Short and curly, and with some lines, some decorative lines carved in there. And curly and, tight on the sides and around the back. A little bit longer than some of the others with the curl on top. And here you go. Good, high peaks for the older characters there. Yeah, that's cool. I definitely like that. And there you go. That's much higher forehead, receding hairline. Good, especially if you make your hair a little bit lighter color. This dark color doesn't look natural with these. And some people definitely, start to go balding. I did have a friend in high school and in the military who was probably about like this in high school and and the other one in the military. So that in their teens and early 20s. Just depends, on your genes. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. It must take a lot of work. I see people who have these kind of hairstyles in real life. It seems like a lot of work, but it definitely looks cool. And Yeah, that's I would definitely add that to the right type of female character myself. And longer hair, curly. Some of these will probably look better on the female character for the kind of female that character that I might make. And we've got wavy chick bob. Kind of cool. Lots of style there. And the last one is 20s bob cut. All right, very cool. We're going to, I like the slightly receding one. I think we're going to leave that for our guy here. So we're going to come back and we'll continue on with hair color. So our hair can be this white, which looks like a light gray, different shades of gray here. I'll just click through them all till we get to black. And then slightly yellow, we call platinum blonde, ash blonde, light blonde, sandy blonde. So yeah, nice colors for sure. And I'm sure they look better on certain hairstyles rather than my middle-aged receding hairstyle here. But all kinds of different brown. Oh, we're starting to get into some color here. Copper brown. Nice. A strawberry blonde. And fire orange. Now we're starting to get into where it looks like people are dyeing their hair. The slightly more unnatural colors need some product to achieve these. But I always like seeing people. I'm always jealous, of course, because I shave my head now, but people who have hair and choose to dye it and keep their hair looking nice, I'm always a little jealous that I can't do that. Purples, nice shades of purple, and we got some greens here. Ooh, dark green. That's a Joker green, right? And then this blue green. That's beautiful. And then this dark blue or nice rich blue. That's actually really cool. I like that. But for this character, going for the slightly older look, I'm going to go with this gray or maybe even that one. No, yeah, we want to go a little bit lighter. Showing off his age here. His eyes look so young though. Not sure what to do about his eyes. And we'll come back here. Now we got eyebrow styles. There's a whole bunch. I'm just going to click through them real quickly here. So if you don't want eyebrows, you don't have to have them. Thin, medium, light, low, thick, heavy, sharp, arched, tapered, and full. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with that one there. And now you can, of course, choose your eyebrow color. Now the eyebrows, I noticed they don't quite match the hair color. There's something about the way that they've colored them or the way they have the lighting. Because this is the one I chose for my hair, and that's just looks way too light. Even this one, it looks muddied. And I noticed that in a lot of these other ones as well. I'm just going to click through a few of them so you get an idea here of what they look like. But see, like that, it looks like makeup, not eyebrows to me. But maybe that's the point. Yeah, see these colors don't look like the colors of the hair. So I'm not a huge fan. I kind of just like black like for this. If I was trying to match some like reddish or brownish hair or blondish hair, you might have a hard time finding one that you feel is right. Maybe some of these brown ones, not sure. You have to play around with it. But for this, his eyebrows stayed dark. Okay, eyebrow details. Angle, might have to turn it slightly sideways to see some of these, but gives you a different look. Like that is almost worried. You'll see this with cartoons. They turn them down to be a little bit worried, turn them up to be like thoughtful or thinking, or maybe even a little angry. The height, so down low or up high. Leave that there in the middle. And then the depth, I'm sure I'm going to have to turn it sideways to see that. And there you go. We're going to leave them sticking out just a little bit for this guy. Okay. Beard style. So clean shaven. There. There's your 5 o'clock, or light stubble they call it. Medium stubble. Extended goatee. You know what, I'm going to toggle off the attire so that the uniform, the clothing, doesn't block the beards here. And that's the full beard. That's probably the one I'm going to go with. I like that. Walrus mustache. That's actually pretty cool. Especially for an older dude. Yeah, let's jump over real quick and just change the beard color and see. See, that's something about that just feels lighter than the hair. Might just be the lighting, but I think I'm going to go with that. Then we'll come back and we'll finish the beard styles. There we go. This one's a handlebar. Handlebar really should be longer on the sides there to be called a handlebar. Chevron. Goatee. And ducktail beard is actually pretty nice too. A little bit more groomed than the full beard. We've got a chin strap. That's nice for the younger characters. A Van Dyke. Anchor beard. I like the little tiny wavy sides of the mustache there. The curl up there. Oh, that's nice too. Balbo, they call that one. Looks really nice from the side there as well. Makes me wish I had my beard still. Painter's brush. Nice, simple. Aha, then you got the Wolverine sort of mutton chops. Wide chin strap. Friendly mutton chops. Oh yeah, maybe that's more the Wolverine there. Yeah, I like that actually. Now that one actually looks a little darker. If I were going to go with that, I might have to choose the lighter hair color. And chevron sole. Pencil. Sculpted chin strap. And Egyptian goatee. That's pretty cool. Okay, so what are we going to go for? Kind of like this one. Let's see, over this or this. Yep, I think I'm going to go with this. I'll go back and I'm going to just real quickly touch on the beard color. See if that lighter color feels a little bit more natural for this haircut. And I think it might. Although, yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the darker one as well. Okay, we'll go lighter. Yeah, it does help make him look a little younger. Okay, next up we got tattoos and scars. Let's go through this. So we come in face style tattoo. We got none there. You know what? I'm actually going to turn off my beard just for this so that you can see more clearly the face tattoos. So we'll turn this one on here. Come on in here. There you go. Too bad it doesn't scroll smoothly in and out. It just does these little jumps because I would like to be a little bit closer than this. We got the mouth tattoo. Now there is a strength for the tattoos and colors option. So if you feel like it's too dark or not the right color, you can change that. You can lighten them up. I think they call it tattoo age. Some glitch stripes around the eyes. This solar circle, that one I can zoom in on. There you go. We've got dark pathway, lotus crown, and celestial mark, cosmic pathway, Vortex stripes. Now, yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, it looks like we're going to turn our hair off so that we can see fully these tattoos. There we go. That's pretty neat. I like that. And then here's that one that fully covers that one side of the face there, all dark. And some strong neck tattooing. And under the chin, a little bit onto the chest there. That's neck pathways. Swirling Storm. I really like this one. I think this is the one I had on my previous character. And then Blazing Roots. This is also really nice. Pretty cool. And then we got this Assassin's Mark. And there you go. Down the back. Now that is wicked. I like that. Let me just zoom in here to show you again what this looks like. Nice. And then the last one here, Veil of Secrecy. And yeah, that's pretty cool too. That is only down the back of the character there. Okay, so let's let me choose that one neck tattoo that I had, and I'll show you how you can option. Now you don't have colors for the tattoo, but you can choose a tattoo age, so you can make it really dark or really light, you know, depending on what you're going for there. But yeah, no colors on tattoos. We only got these black tattoos or shades of gray. Body tattoos. Okay, so we got this one here called Void Loop, and that wraps all the way around the body there. And we have this one called Infinity Bands, just around the right arm there. And I like this one a lot, the Solar Sleeve. Check that out here. I can zoom in a little bit. You see the top of the shoulder, but there's a lot of nice detail in that. Wish we had more options for the solar tattoos on the rest of the body, the face, the neck, the legs even. That would be cool. Linear Journey. So it looks like we got a line going down all the way down the arm and then some up around the biceps and triceps there. Just on the right arm again. And we're pretty limited on the body style tattoos, so maybe they'll introduce more in the future. Geometric Fade. This is pretty neat too. These little diamond shapes. You can see it as I zoom in and out here a little bit better, just in that moment where it zooms. But yeah, that's actually a pretty neat tattoo. Again, a nice one to be able to paint all over the body wherever you want. I'm going to go leave it with that solar sleeve. Come back here. And again, it does affect the age of all tattoos on your body. So it just really depends what you're going for. I do like it a little bit dark, a little more contrasty that way, especially on lighter skin. So it just depends on your skin tone, how you will want to set it for yourself. Head scar style. So I do have a lot of blemishes on the face, so they make these slightly harder to see, but this one is a burn scar. You can't really see it. So let me come back here and head scar depth. So I'm going to turn it all the way to max, which will help you to be able to see the scars better. So without and with. And then on this side of the face here, see if I can find an angle with a shadow. So without and with. You can see it's on the head there and the ear. Actually, I can come in here and you can see that. And then this here. Now this one goes across the eye. So with and without. The eye, the nose there. And now this is across the lip there, on and off. And this one, you can see it hits both eyebrows in different spots. And it also adds a little mark on the nose up here, on the cheek here, and the chin, if you look closely as I flip back and forth between these two. I can zoom in here. You can see the upper part of the tattoo going in and, or the scar going in and out. And then finally this last one here, burn scar right. So if we look over here, you sort of can see it just adding a little bit to the face. So if I come to something like this here, and I'll go back just to show you how you can modify the scar depth. Here I can zoom in, and then yeah, it just kind of lightens the scar to where it almost disappears, like it's faded. And obviously it's more obvious there in the eyebrow because it adds the hair back. So it really depends on what you want with that one. There we go. Almost starting to look like a Harkonnen now if I change my skin to the pale gray color. All right, so those are the tattoo and scar options. Okay, so we got makeup, and the makeup is really should be used for the for the female character that I'd want to make. But I'll show you just a little something you can do with the male characters too. I mean, it just depends. You know, if you want to wear makeup, you wear makeup. But for this, so there is a slider for the strength of the eyeshadow and eyeliner strength. You can also choose the color. Let's just check the colors. I'm going to make them both black so that we can clearly see them as I add them. So eye makeup style. You can get in here close to see these. You might be thinking, if you know your certain character, these are too strong. Again, you can change the strength and the color of these. I really like this one, and I'll show you why later. Like either you want it really dark like that, but you can really lighten this to just give the sockets of your eyes a little bit of character, a little bit of depth. And that's a pretty subtle one there. And rounded there, little dot, little eyeliner. And this one's called Jester. That's kind of neat. And actually all these look pretty cool on almost any character I found when you start playing with the strength. Because like this, this looks too hard, these lines to me. But for example, I'll leave it here on this abstract shadow one, and then if I come over here, you know, check that out. You can lower the strength of this so that it's just a hint of something, and you can do that with the eyeliner as well. So you just have a hint of something, and then now look at that. That's pretty cool. At least that we have that option. And then of course, you know, you can go with a little bit of coloring if you want. I'm gonna leave that black, and also the eyeshadow color as well. You know, and again, if it's strong, it'll really show. So it depends on the look you want. Almost nothing, or just a hint of it. Now, the one I wanted to go back to was this one here called Smoky. I really like that look, but I do like that it, so without it there, and if we come to black, or even, yeah, no, probably black, the eyeshadow strength, if you, with that one, if you just add a little bit there, so nothing, and just a little bit, just gives it a little bit of that, maybe even one less. But yeah, there's something that it adds that I like. Let's make sure it's on black. Yep. And then eyeliner. You know, if the one you chose has a strong eyeliner, you can see it a little bit more. But so that's without it. Now, shadow strength, it's subtle, but eyeliner strength, yeah, if you just turn this up a little bit, just like that, it's like you've been in a few fights. Maybe you didn't have a good night's sleep, or maybe you had a little too much drink the night before. Yeah, just add some depth and character in the eyes. I really like that option. Lipstick style. Let's see. We'll come back here. Lipstick strength is all the way up. I'm going to turn all these all the way up just so that we get the full effect of whatever lips that I choose, so you can see it. And again, the face of, you can't, when I zoom in, you can't see the lips, so I have to leave it here. But lipstick color, I have to choose the lipstick style. So there you go. Because I have the metallics all the way up. And my character doesn't have the fullest lips, so not really doing these lipstick styles justice. Field strip, oversized, gloss tint, bold fill, split, little dots on there. Again, it's so hard to see because it doesn't stop there. Yeah, ringed, stitched, winged, and a gradient. Now, so for my character, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it on one of these here. I'm going to come back, and I don't want any lip gloss, but there's the difference between lip gloss, gives it that shiny look, and then metallic, take away. I'm going to give it one click of metallic, a couple clicks of lip gloss, but then lip strength, so that's nothing, right? That's nothing there. And one click, there you go. Just one click. I like that for this character. Now, you know, depending on the character you're making, it just helps to define the lips a little bit more. Although, maybe even not for this one. Because I feel like it makes him look younger, and I want him to look older. See, his lips a little more faded there. And there you go. Those are all the options for making your character. Quite a few. We did makeup, we did tattoos and scars, we did hair. We're going to give his hair back here, and we chose this one. And we'll go back, put my beard style back on, that one there, and we went through head options and body options. And again, remember, you have presets to start with. So yeah, lots of options there. So let's check out what happens when we finalize our character. Confirm, yes.
Have they told you what I am? Then I will sift your words for lies. Let's begin.
Uh-oh. All right, what are we in for here?
Where were you born?
All right, so we get to choose where we are born. So IX, or 9, I believe. A forbidden ice world of mountain, tundra, and forest. The Ixians conceal their vast technological empire within sprawling underground cities. Dialogue trait technologist, unique emote, forbidden secret. Kitane, a green and pleasant world with satellite-controlled weather. The fates of many are decided within the ornate halls of the imperial planet. Dialogue trait, political. Unique emote, elegant bow. And then next we have Caladan, a temperate but storm-racked oceanic world. The ancestral home of House Atreides is known for its relaxed agrarian lifestyle and famous vineyards. Dialogue trait, honorable. Unique emote, Atreides salute. Next up is Chusuk, I'm guessing that's how that's said. A rich and verdant agro world of rolling hills and river-fed valleys. The music planet is the center of culture and civility in the Imperium. Dialogue trait, cultured. Unique emote, musician's pose. Ah, musician's pose. I wonder what that is. That sounds awesome. And then we have Gaida Prime, or Gaida Prime, not sure how that's said. A heavily industrialized volcanic world. The baronial the baronial, baronial seat of House Harkonnen is controlled by a network of dense urban enclaves. Dialogue trait Deception, unique emote Harkonnen Curse. Okay, interesting. Let's see, technologist, forbidden. I think I want to be a technologist. Yeah, from Ix or Ixian.
The machine world. They skirt dangerously close to breaking the prescriptions of the Butlerian Jihad. The Order of the Imperium is rooted in the Farfaluches. A place for every man, and every man in his place. Where is your place?
Where is my place? Okay, so Pion, the vast peasant labor force that drives the Imperial engine. Pions are bound to the fief in which they live and are considered the property of their lord. Dialogue trait Pion. Non-familia. A caste reserved for essential members of a noble household or retinue. Non-familia are afforded certain privileges and protections by their status. Dialogue trait Nobility. Bondsman, the educated caste that serves the great houses and administers imperial bureaucracy. Bondsmen are known casually as the citizen class. Dialogue trait Bondsman. I think we'll choose Bondsman.
There is always work to be done. And millions like you to do it. You had a mentor in your youth, trained by one of the schools. Who was your mentor?
Who was my mentor? Okay, a trooper. Every great house of the Landstrad fields its own standing army or house guard, and the backbone of these formations are career soldiers known as troopers. Training trooper offense and demolition. Starting ability is shag a wire cable, shoot a barb that attaches to a surface, launching you towards that position. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Okay, a Mentat, a secretive and insular organization. The Order of Mentats conditions their adherents to store and analyze vast amounts of data at superhuman speeds. Training Mentat, Recon, and Strategy. Starting ability, the Sentinel. Deploy a suspensor buoyed dart projector that uses motion detection to cover a field of fire. Ooh, that sounds like another cool one. I don't think there are any bad ones here. A Bene Gesserit Acolyte. A shadowy, all-female order with a deliberately obscure agenda. Adepts of the Sisterhood are prized by the nobility and feared by the rest of the Imperium. Training, Bene Gesserit, physical mastery and manipulation. Starting ability, Voice Compel. Use the voice to force someone towards your position from afar. I'm sure that's going to have a lot of useful utility. And then next we have a Sword Master. Revered throughout the Imperium, Sword Masters of the fallen Genez school still represent the pinnacle of fighting prowess in the known universe. Training, Swordmaster Close Quarters Aggression. Starting ability, Deflection. Enter a defensive stat to deflect dart attacks. Okay. Now, I'm wondering, this says a shadowy all-female order with a deliberately obscure agenda. All-female, can I choose this even though I started with the male attribute? Let's see, I am curious.
Yes, I have heard of our sisters giving training outside of the chapter house. It is frowned upon.
Oh, like Paul Atreides teaching to a male character. Okay, she's going to let me do it, it seems. Okay, let's see what happens.
The test is almost complete. Have you spoken truth?
I have spoken truth. What if I wish to recant? I wonder if that would take me back to something. Let's see.
Where were you born?
So you can choose this over again if you feel like you've made an error.
The
So
machine world. The
So we'll-
order of the Imperium is... There is always work to... You had a men... Yes, the test is almost complete. Come here. Kneel.
whoa. This is what Paul went
Put
through.
your hand in the box.
No, don't do it. It's gonna hurt.
I hold at your neck the Gom Jabbar, the high-handed enemy. Don't pull away or you will die. Great plots are afoot in the Imperium, and the currents of intrigue run deeply. Arrakis is the key, and the Fremen are missing. You will go to Arrakis as our agent, prisoner. You have one task. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. Everything depends on this. Do you understand?
I do. Yes.
Good. You speak truth. But here is the rest of it. There is only one rule. Keep your hand in the box and live. Withdraw it and die. An animal would gnaw off its own hand to escape the pain. And we can only be served by humans. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. You will know when it is done.
And I had goosebumps the whole time. That was epic. All right, the character will be saved and available to import as soon as the game launches. So yeah, get in here and make your character. You can wishlist it on Steam. And yeah, we're going to jump back to the main menu. Got this exclusive in-game reward here that you can get if you do this with this code. Okay, so we're going to run the benchmark, but before we do, I just want to show you some of the settings that you might want to tweak before you run your benchmark, or if you want to do the benchmark and then tweak the settings to see if you can get better performance or see how far you can push your system. So starting with display, you've got full screen, which usually results in a higher frame rate. You can choose your resolution here. I'm running a RTX 4070 Ti Super, and so I always like to, and I have a 4K monitor, so I try to run it in 4K. I have VSync on because my monitor is only got a 60 refresh rate, so no reason to run it any higher. And then gamma is 2.2, and then you know, if you, depending on if you want it brighter or darker. And then motion blur, I don't like motion blur, so I usually just leave that off. And then graphics, you've got different options here: low, medium, high, ultra, auto, and custom. View distance, this is where it defaulted for me, all these settings, so I'm just going to leave them there. Ultra, post-processing ultra, shadow quality, effects quality, texture quality, foliage quality, hair quality, and then because I have an NVIDIA card, DLSS is an option. Some other options in here: TAA, TSR, and FSR3. DLSS upscaler quality, balanced. You also got off, DLAA quality, balance, performance, ultra performance. Again, these are all what it defaulted to for me, so I'm just going to leave them there. FSR3 upscaler quality, balanced, native AA quality, balance, performance, ultra performance. Screen percentage, not quite sure what that does. It might be associated with one of these other settings because I can't change it here. Frame generation, off, AMD, FSR3, or DLSSG. Anti-aliasing quality is ultra, global illumination method. Performance or quality, I'm going to leave it on performance. Global illumination quality is at ultra, and global illumination reflections quality. The audio, You've got all your basic audio here options. Subtitles, I really don't like subtitles. They're distracting. I end up just looking at them even though I can clearly hear what the characters are saying, and I'm missing the cool visuals. Same for movies. So if I can have subtitles off, I usually have them off. And then show previous subtitle. I guess maybe you get both subtitles if they're going by too fast. And then user interface, ultra wide support. I guess if you have a really wide monitor, that's a nice option. Fade inactive HUD elements. And I don't like HUD elements to fade generally if they're on screen. It's because I want to look at them, so just have them fully clear. Unless they're actually blocking something and I need to see something, it might sneak up on me. So it just depends when I get into the game which I want. And then language, they got a lot of languages here. So hopefully there's one that works for you. And let's run this benchmark. He had recognized it in spite of its unfamiliar shape, a projectile weapon, and that said many things about this place. Whoa, look at that. Preview of the buildings, the vehicles, the terrain, the sand blowing around. Nice lighting. Some of the containers and things that we'll probably be building and putting in our base. Some kind of workbench. That looks like a forge, maybe. Some kind of generator over there. Sliding doors, nice. Flying vehicles. Inferior copies, kind said. Any Dune man who values his skin wears a Fremen suit. Ooh, nice. Looks like some vendors. A market area. I like some of these outfits here. Hologram technology. I hope we can decorate with the bones of prehistoric creatures. Definitely feels like Denis Villeneuve's Dune, which I believe they tried to model the game after, so big fan of that. Whoa, nice. Oh, Sandworm. Hi, Shudder. What is that plume over there? We got a results screen here. Player built bases. We maxed out at 124 with an average of 107. Harko Village, which I'm guessing is like a common place where everyone can go and talk to vendors and market and whatnot, 108. And Sandworm Emerges, 143, 128. And as you can see, here's basically what I've got running. I've got the AMD Ryzen 9 5950X 16-core processor. GPU is the 4070 Ti Super. My refresh rate is 60, running at 4K, 16 VRAM. System RAM is 64 gigabytes. I do have a DLSS on. I guess that was just defaulted to that. But yeah, here's all my settings. Feel free to take a look if you'd like. And we're going to close this out. That's it for now. Have fun out there.